Alright, and welcome back to another episode of my WandaVision series here over on my channel. If you don't know who I am, I'm Zoe. I'm a variety streamer over on Twitch, but I also do YouTube stuff too. I want to say a quick thank you to everybody who's been watching these videos so far. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot for all the likes and the comments. It's been really nice to see this pull and I really do appreciate it because I love this series as much as you all do apparently. So, yay! Alright. Also, I just want to quickly mention that I'm going to be doing 2 videos of these a week. So we're going to do one on Monday/Sunday if you're in America / Northern Hemisphere, and then one on Wednesdays/Tuesdays. So that's going to be a thing. So yay! Because I think I worked out that I should be alright doing that. We shouldn't be too far behind and stuff. So yay! This house has had a drastic change since last week's episode. Okay, so what happened in episode 3? Well, a lot, let me tell you. A lot happened. We're still in the sitcom series. Well, it's still a sitcom, that's how it's being portrayed. We're currently in the 70s, so yeah, like I said, the house has had a drastic change from the interior and the exterior, but mostly the exterior. I don't know, it's all just had a bit of a glow up. As I said, I think I said it last week, I am building these from the inside out rather than the outside in. And in terms of that, I mean, I'm trying to make it look as close to what I can in the show, but obviously it's trying to make it still look nice on the outside, like still livable, still looks like an actual house. Because if this was actually like how it was in the show, it would be very different, and would not be possible at all, because it would look very weird, let me tell you. For example, the nursery that I'm about to add, I add that in later. There's a nursery that I add in, which, by the way, spoilers, oopsies. We'll talk about the show in a second. The nursery should actually technically be on the left of the living room when you're looking at it from this angle. So it would be protruding out, kind of like how the kitchen is, and that would look very weird on the front. So I've moved that somewhere else. But most of it's pretty much where it is anyway. So just a quick little thing to mention. Also, yeah, as I mentioned before, it is without any custom content. Some things aren't going to be 100% accurate. Like, for example, I accidentally added in the staircase railing and what else? There was a couple other things, but honestly, it's not stuff that's that big of a deal. But yeah. Anyway, let's do a quick, brief little recap / talk about what happened. Let's discuss our thoughts about what happened in episode 3. I've got some notes down as usual. I've got a lot of them the same, so hopefully we can get through them all. Alrighty, so Wanda is still pregnant, which we found out at the at the end of episode 2 that she was pregnant. So that's a thing that's happening. As like I said, we are in the 70s. She's pregnant. The doctor comes to do a checkup on her, and just to make sure that the babies are all safe and stuff. / baby, because I think they only think it's one, but we'll talk about that later. What else? When the doctor goes to leave after the checkup, he mentions, he's talking to Vision, and Vision mentions to him, this is outside the house, he mentions to him not to say anything about the baby, about the pregnancy, because if you start to say, hey, we're pregnant, to these neighbors, it's gonna be a little sus, right? Because these people haven't aged. And these people should have aged about 30 years by now, right? Or at least 20. They haven't aged at all. How do they have a baby already? Anyway, a little sus. Sus the thing. And the doctor says that's fine. Mum's the weird kind of thing. Then the doctor mentions that he's got to go home to go take his wife to the airport because they're going on holiday to like Hawaii or the Bahamas. It was somewhere like that. I forgot exactly where it was. I should have rewatched the episode. My bad. But that's a thing. So he goes off, he leaves, and then... Oh, actually, this is something I should have mentioned before. At the start of the episode, I think it's the start of the episode, Herb's actually doing something very weird. Herb is one of the neighbors. He's doing something very weird. He's actually at the fence. He's on the right side of their house when you look at it front on. He's at the right side of the house on the stone fence, and he's actually, like, cutting it with like a chainsaw or something sharp, but there's never any explanation of why this happens, like at all. It's quite odd. So he's doing that at the start of the episode, right? But now, after the doctor's gone to leave, Herb is there with Agnes. Agnes is one of the other neighbors, right? Do you remember her? You probably remember her. If you're watching the show, you know who she is. So yeah, they're chit-chatting at the fence, and he's still cutting into this fence, by the way. They still have not mentioned why it's happening. Vision thinks it's odd, but he has not asked him why he's doing it, as far as I remember anyway. So they're doing their thing, they're chit-chatting, and then Vision's like, what's going on, right? Wow, they almost spilled the beans on everything that's happening. Nearly. They didn't, but they were acting very sus. They did, however, hint that Geraldine, aka Monica, doesn't fit in to the town because she has no family and no place to live. Which is a little sus, right? A little bit sus. What else? What else happens? So speaking of Geraldine, oh wait, that was a spoiler. You don't know who Monica is yet. If you haven't, oh heck, if you haven't watched episode 4, I'm sorry, I just gave a spoiler. It's fine, don't worry about it. It's fine. So, what have I got? Sorry, I'm trying to read my notes and I've made a bit of a mess. Okay, so Geraldine comes over. Geraldine is someone who we met last episode, by the way. She comes over and she's speaking to Wanda because she's like, hey, I need help with this thing or something. I forgot what it was. She needs like a bucket. Oh, she needed a bucket because Wanda's been having symptoms of pregnancy, right? And her symptoms that have been happening, aka like if she's getting cramps or if she's getting like, I don't know, like bladder leakage and stuff, it's all affecting everything around them. And what I mean by that is like the lights start flickering, not just in their house, and literally all the houses. The lights start flickering. There's like stuff going on with the water and the pipes and stuff. It's all very weird. I should have mentioned that before. I completely forgot about that. And that's why I remember now. Now I remember, because there was like a whole thing about do they think they know it's because of me? And Vision's like, no, it's fine. Anyway, kind of dumb in my opinion, but it was kind of funny to watch. Yeah, so Geraldine comes over and she's like, hey, do you have a bucket? Because my house is starting to flood. And she's like, yeah, I got you one. I can go find one, right? This is Wanda, by the way. So, but then Geraldine comes in and Wanda's baby bump is becoming a lot more prominent, which is a bit of an issue because you can't really hide it. So she quickly goes to grab a coat from the coat closet, right? She grabs a coat from the coat closet. And then Geraldine just walks in anyway. So then she goes to the kitchen. She's like going to find this bucket, going to help her out. And Geraldine's starting to get really just nice and close, you know, she's not commenting on anything being weird, she's getting very close there. So that's happening. What else happens? Then there's the whole thing with the stalk that happens, which is a whole thing in and of itself, which I still don't know how that happened. But basically, this ties in quite well with where we are right now. We're in the nursery. Like I said, she's pregnant, so they got a nursery, which they were setting up earlier in the episode, which I also did not mention. I'm sorry. But there's actually a stalk painting on this wall near where that bed is that I put down. And that stalk comes to life, right? There we go. That's kind of what I did for the stalk. It didn't really work, but it worked. It's fine. So stalk comes to life and tries to come for Geraldine, but Geraldine doesn't see it because she's completely oblivious. Anyway, long story short, Wanda ends up giving birth and Geraldine helps her out, right? Wanda gives birth to two twins. Well, two boys. They're twins. They're both named Billy and Tommy, which is what was mentioned before. Wanda and Vision decided on those names because they couldn't decide on either name, and they're like, fine, we'll just have a girl instead. But then they had twins. Surprise, shawty. Sorry. But But then Geraldine does something kind of weird when Vision says bye to the doctor, because Vision comes back with the doctor. They help make sure that she's all good, she's fine. But now, yeah, Geraldine's alone with Wanda, and she starts mentioning her brother. She mentions Pietro and how he died from Ultron. How does she know that? I don't know. Anyway, she gets yeeted to the void. We don't know what else happens until next week. That's all I got though. And I think that was perfect timing, so I will see you all next time. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, leave it a like, comment, and all that fun stuff. Bye!